What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I have some new news concerning Iron Mike Tyson. Kid Dynamite has went on record and stated that Deontay Wilder has fought nothing but nobodies. Absolute nobodies. And he said it with a twist. He said, well, who's Stavern? Yeah, Stavern, who's the guy from Haiti? He says Stavern. Oh, yeah, that's Stavern. That's Stavern. Mike, you gotta love Mike, man. But he said, yeah, he was like the last guy Wilder fought was a tough, pudgy guy. And I'm thinking, okay, if he's talking about Luis Ortiz, he never said it, but I'm thinking he's talking about Luis Ortiz. I wouldn't go that far as to call the man pudgy. I mean, he has a certain type of uncle style build and shit. He looks like that old ass uncle. Because if you look at Deontay Wilder fighting Ortiz, it looked like an old uncle that just had it out with a young punk. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at that fight, it looks like this old head said, fuck it, come on, young punk. Let's go. Let's do it like we did it in the old days. I'm gonna take you out back. And that's what it looked like, you know what I mean? And that's what it was. But for Mike to do that, I don't think Mike's hate. I think what Mike does, Mike just calls stuff like he sees it. And then, the mind and the imagination and the rawness of Mike is just Mike. Mike will say some shit and it's only from Mike Tyson because of sometimes it's the craziest shit you ever want to hear. I'll eat your kids. I broke my back. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot. That type of stuff. I'll bite your ear off. He didn't have to say that. He done it. That's Mike. So I think he's critiquing Deontay because he said again, I'm not doubting that he's not a good fighter. I don't think he's fought the guys that he should fought, and he ain't fought no one yet. And that's partially true. I wouldn't go that far. I do think Luis Ortiz was a real test. And he passed it, but he passed it with some fucking help. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, he did pass it. So the point I'm trying to make is that he has been in the ring with guys that were dangerous. Not Stavern. Well, guy, okay? Not plural. None of those fucking guys were dangerous. You know what I mean? Except Ortiz. And we've seen why in that fight, why he was dangerous. Okay? So, but I think that Mike was critiquing him because, Mike fought all those guys, you know what I mean? Or about all those dudes that he was going to fight. He wasn't known as a cherry picker. When you get that jacket, it's hard to give that jacket back. And Deontay Wilder got that jacket and he's been doing this shit for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So, he's picked out, targeted to be criticized. So Mike is saying this shit about him. Yeah, he has every right to say it. For one, it's his opinion. For two, it's fucking 85% truth to what he's saying. Deontay, he's just now coming out. Like I said, he's been in prison or something, and he's totally out of his shell. Everything is new to him. But from this moment on, he needs to fight the toughest fights. No bullshit. None of the Klitschko bullshit. You know what I mean? He almost got out of the Luis Ortiz because of the blood medicine shit, right? The blood pressure medicine, positive test reading, the banned substance. Then he fought Stavern again. He was like, I'm back. I'm back to sugarcoating land, sugarcoatingville. You know what I mean? And all these fights. So, but yeah, Mike said what he said. He called, to me, he called Luis Ortiz pudgy. Or he was talking about Stavern. You know what I'm saying? Because the reporter didn't clarify. I would have been like, wait, are you calling Luis Ortiz pudgy? Yeah, he's pudgy. He's a pudgy, funny guy. But it is also some truth to what he said. Some truth to what he said was that a lot of times fighters fight and you pretty much know who's going to win before they even fight. And that happens a lot in boxing. So he ain't lying about that. Now, that's just not Deontay. That's a lot of people across the board. You get in there and it's like, damn, he's going to beat the shit out of this dude. And that's exactly what happens, Every so often you'll see a mismatch. But a lot of times it's coming. Look at Felix Verdejo, right? Verdejo got his pound of flesh early. You know what I mean? Because nobody knew who the hell this dude was. That is cases where people, pick fights and they don't do the research on those fighters. But if they did, those fights wouldn't have happened. So a lot of times people get in the worst or the best fights of their lives when they fight someone. They have no idea what they're getting in store for. You know what I'm saying? So so I feel Mike on that. Deontay should have fought a lot of those dudes. Dominique Brazil, Dillian White. He should have fought all those guys. All of them. You know, he should have fought Martin too. You know what I mean? And no, him and Martin were cool or whatever, but he could have got that belt just as easy as Joshua. I don't care if they were with the same people or whatever. That means that fight would have been easier. Look at Deverenchenko. Look at Jacobs. They had the same trainer for Christ's sake. So that fight still happened, but it's up to people that want that fight. And Deontay Wilder needs to stop talking and make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? Make these fights happen. Okay. So that's that. But anyway, that's my spill on Mike. Mike went in, the way he went in. Mike is just gonna be Mike. I wouldn't call Mike a hater. I just call Mike, he expects more from Deontay. He expects more from these heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? Especially the American heavyweight, right? So yeah. Hey, Lewis talks shit about Joshua, right? Why can't Mike Tyson talk shit about Deontay? And I'm going to leave you with that. But anyway, that's my counterpunching on this topic. You guys tell me what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.